Okay, YouTube. Got this brake lever bled working good as far as it goes. Returning good. Um, Found me a hose clamp in the backyard. Got that filter on there now. That's good. That way we ain't sucking in no trash. I need to just get a hose and run that. Maybe just up this way towards here and mount it there with a zip tie or something for the meantime. But this pit bike is pretty much done. Yep, it's pretty much done. We done got everything situated. Front and back brake working. I really don't got nothing else to do. Got the chain cleaned. Back wheel has a couple problems, but I mean, we not into this pit bike for so much money, so I'm just gonna run it. I'm just gonna run it. But we didn't came with it. We had to put bolts on it. You can kind of see one right there and there. Engine bolts kind of long. Um, I had to put bolts on it. I put a new stator in here along with all of the wires, fresh ignition, cleaned up the carburetor that was on it. I was so rusty I had to pry it apart. But I did that, got that clean, sprayed it up a little bit, made it look good, black. Um, It was an NGK spark plug in it, but the gap was all the way closed. So I opened the gap back up and I'm going to run it with the NGK plug instead of the plug that came with the electronics or whatever. Chain was rusty, but I cleaned that up. Now it's like gold up under there, but so that's where we at with that. This here fuel line is pretty brittle. I need a piece of fuel line, but I'll figure that out when I'm trying to run it, I guess. I may move the handlebars back some, but that's where I'm at. The only thing left that I wanted to do is probably get a new plastic set for it and maybe a decals. I also got that muffler because it didn't have a muffler, and it came with a crushed gasket, so it's got a fresh crushed gasket in there on that muffler. I also double nutted the pipe, if you can tell. Double nutted the pipe, both sides. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Didn't have a hose on the vent, so off of the case vent, I ran this hose, and this is a one-way check valve. Um, so we're running that, and it's the right way. Let's see if we can get that on camera. It's the right way. There's the arrow there, so it's going the right way. What else I had to do? The back brakes already worked, so it was low on fluid. I put fresh fluid in there. Got the pipe. It's missing this side of the plastics on the back and the fin in the back. It's also broke right here, so I'm probably gonna be going for a new plastic set. I think I'm gonna go white and use some decals. Um, the front wheel was on backwards on the rim, so I had to change that around. And also the rim was on backwards. The disc was on this side and the calipers on the other side. So that was another problem. I pried open the caliper, and in lieu of doing that, I seen fluid come up to the top. The sight glass in it, reservoir here, our master cylinder or whatever, we got this here sight glass put in there just a minute ago, so now it's got a fresh sight glass on it. see, we pretty much topped off on foot. But yeah, so that's everything. It didn't have a brake lever. Had to change it, get the brake lever. The clutch was frozen, so I bought a clutch lever and a brake lever and a cable. See, I got it zip tied right now because the clutch isn't disengaging, so I'm going to start the bike up and probably put it in first gear, just rolling it and putting it in first gear, see if I can get the clutch to free up. Otherwise, I'll buy a new clutch basket, I guess. That's where we at. It came together. Wasn't too bad. Got that air filter on there. Found that in the backyard in the box of parts and stuff. Just located that hose clamp. That's the carburetor that was on it still. Probably gonna have to do a little playing with it, but yeah. So this here says it's a 72 CM3 on it, so it's a 70 cc. And some people got 49s, but judging off of the numbers down here, 47 FMD. It's a 70. Yeah. Think it's got a 16 tooth gear, drive gear. That's where we at with this thing. Now it's just time to fire it up and try to free the clutch up. Hopefully it frees up. I might have to go back in it and get that right, but that'd be the last thing. Yeah, so that's that.